So guys, we'll wait for two. My first one who's going to jump on, I'm going to pick Casey. Casey, because Casey was just, Casey Ruggiero was just working out.
Casey Kasem? I'm going to say Jen Brunel. I don't know. She's been on a lot today.
Okay.
So, we'll see what happens.
Jen Brunel, how was that workout in the other room?
She said she was just watching.
All right. She's curling the phone.
Stalking Steve.
She's probably holding the phone for them while they're doing it. Let's see, who the hell wants to learn about...
On a spin bike in the room. Who wants to learn about some rowing?
Rows for bros and rows for hoes. Lots of bros. Who we got here? Who's on? Someone anonymous. We're going to wait for a couple more to jump on, and we're going to go live with the arts, the subtle art of the bent over row. Believe it or not, the bent over row is probably one of the most important exercises that we teach. It is the pinnacle, we think, of all athletic movements. Yet it is also the most, I'd say, underperformed.
Yeah,
underperformed,
misunderstood
exercise that any of us will ever do. And not for naught, it's one of the hardest to teach, especially on the fly in a group setting like ours where there might be 10, 15 people.
Nadia,
what is up?
What is up?
Welcome to the family.
Yes.
Nadia, do you remember Joe, DJ Cuts from SUNY's days? Nadia went to Worcester State College.
Must have been there.
You were definitely there, Nadia. So let's start. People can watch the replay.
Yes.
So the bent over row. Let's first talk about what a bent over row is and what we're looking for, the art here. So ultimately, if I'm going to get into a bent over row position, let me scoot this way a bit. What I'm looking for here is watch my hips. As I bend over, my hips push back. So I'm getting a lot of hip mobility here. As you notice, there's not much happening in my knees. It's kind of like a deadlift. So butt goes out, my thoracic spine is erect, and my chest is out. Just think of any real athletic sport, whether Nadia's playing soccer, she's waiting on defense, Joe's playing basketball, NFL linebacker, college linebacker, or shortstop. You gotta live here. Now the fact that I can get here is pretty good. Am I able to stay here with load? I want to grab 2 kettlebells, I want to lift them off the ground, and I want to stay here. As you notice, the chest is still up.
Nothing is moving right here. Everything's nice and straight. A little arch in the back, shoulder blades down and back, core is tight. This is exactly where you want to live.
Now, where should I feel this? Hamstrings loaded up. Where you shouldn't feel it is your lower back.
Right.
So the way it should look ultimately is this. I lift the weights, trust me, they're in the air. I pull, I let them down slowly. I pull, I let them down slowly. Now, that is the optimal position for a bent over row. And like Joe and I said, it's probably one of the most misunderstood and hardest to teach. Joe, you want to show them what happens to most people during the bent over row?
So a lot of people, there's a couple things that happen. So if you can't get to this position, right, you're going to do one of 2 things. You're going to either do more of a squat and start trying to row here, or you're going to go into flexion of the spine, which is where a lot of people feel that lower back pain. All right? So instead of here, packing everything, we're going here and trying to row, which you do not want to do.
So when it comes to the bent over row position, I think we showed you what it should look like. Joe, can you just show them the bent over row position? The reason we want you here, and you don't have to pick them off the ground, the reason we want you here is we're trying to rehearse a horizontal row. All of these major back muscles in the middle of Joe's back are the ones we really want to activate, get strong, and load up. Those are the ones that keep good posture and prevent rounding of the shoulders. Now, Joe, without weight, can you show me the squatty position? When you get in this position and you row, we start working more of the neck and upper trap area, which most of us, due to bad posture, we kind of live here already, so we don't want to do that. So that's the reasoning for staying super horizontal, is for that horizontal pull.
Yes. Also, another point when you're in that horizontal pull, a lot of people that aren't using appropriate weight, like if it's too heavy, you're gonna see people, even if they can get into this position, that when they row, they're kind of shrugging, elbows coming out, again using all those muscles around the neck, which we do not want. We do not want that.
So the most important thing to understand is getting into that position. I'm sure you can row a lot, I'm sure we're all strong, but positioning is important. So believe it or not, you just have to practice getting into that position. So maybe it would look like just putting your hands on your thighs, pushing that booty out as if you were in the nightclub, stretching out those hamstrings, keeping your chest out. Now from here, you should be able to simply stay like this with your hands. Put your hands around. Okay, this tells me that you have the mobility, you have the stability in your core, you can handle this. But for most of us, once we start grabbing load, this starts happening. That tells us that there's a weakness somewhere in the core, maybe in the middle of your back. So the weight probably, Joe, would you agree, is probably too heavy?
Yep, too heavy.
So just like anything, positioning is most important. Then we'll start grabbing lightweight and work our way up. So for me, I'll be honest, if I'm squatty like this, I could do probably 100-pound dumbbells, but that's not what we're trying to do. That's going to screw up your posture of your neck. But from here, once I get into this loaded position, I may start for the first couple of days with like 10-pound dumbbells. Then next week, I might grab 20, then 30, opposed to living here.
Right. And if it is more of a stability issue, and a lot of people have like a little issue with their back, then a great alternative, when you can get into this position, but you may not be able to bilaterally pull, you can keep one of these kettlebells on the floor and then maintain that position and pull with one arm, and that will alleviate a lot of the back pain as well.
And again, going back to when we were talking about position's important, but so is the fact that we're doing that horizontal pull.
Yes.
We get this a lot. Well, Frank, no matter what you tell me, I do it with an 18, it hurts my back. Okay, like Joe is showing you, once you have pain, all the rules go out the window. You can leave one hand down here, and you can row. This is built-in stability. You probably won't feel this in your lower back. Or I can simply use a bench or a box or a couch in your house.
Yeah, something a little bit higher if you need to.
That's completely fine. Some of us may lack the proper thoracic spine mobility. And Joe's going to show you a pretty, again, I'll show, well, you get set up, Joe. So what is thoracic spine mobility? So the middle of your back right here, it's the ability to archy. So if you're here and you just can't, purple cobras, it's fine. We can show you a pretty cool position in here. So Joe's going to grab a foam roll. With the assistance of the foam roll and gravity, he's just going to massage and knead all those tight muscles between his shoulder blades, but he's also going to rehearse arching his middle back, not his lower back, but the middle of his back.
Yeah, you don't want to roll your lower back.
Yeah, no.
Mid to high.
Mid to high, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Now, this here isn't magic. This alone will give you some more mobility, but in order to dial that in, the software, and to sustain that stability, you've got to get back to this. You've got to get back to this.
You got hands on the knees, start up here, hips back, slide down, try to get right to here. Right after you're here and it feels good, comfortable, hands off. You could even go no weight, just to kind of get that motion down.
Perfect. So that is bent over rows. Any questions? Nadia, you have anything? What else we got?
Julie, what up?
Julie, you have any questions on bent over rows? I would say another cool tool in your bent over row arsenal is when you have 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells and you're living here, this is actually bad. See how my upper shoulders are stretched forward? Grab the weight, pull them back, pack them, then row. You're really trying to create that huge crevasse in the middle of your back.
Right.
If you can see this, so this is good, this is bad.
What do you got?
Good,
Good.
bad.
Bad.
If you notice when you train with us, we make everyone, all of you guys and gals, do a lot of rows. Joe, why the hell do we make everyone do so many damn rows?
The number one answer is because we are here all day on our couch, computer, phone, and we want to get out of that get a little bit better posture, sit up straighter, not have neck pain. I mean, guys, we are in these positions for like
Too damn
6, 7, 8 hours a day, way too long. Just trying to make you stronger.
So the questions we get all the time is, can we do something else? These are so boring. So as you know, there are two main exercises that are going to be dialed and drilled in to your program always. It's definitely going to be a bent over row and an inverted row, horizontal pulls. Yeah, but they're so boring. Yeah, we'll do the nice stuff, all the
Right.
fun shit. We'll make you do that. But we'll always promise you we'll make you do the need to do stuff. This shit you have to do, because if one of you guys go down because of a bad lower back, bad shoulder, and it was because of our bad programming, everybody loses. And
Right.
we need you all to win. And probably my,
Cindy, what's up?
what's up, Cindy? One of my most popular sayings is bent over rows for bent over bros. And I love you ladies, we're friends. Bent over hoes. What do you guys got? Any questions? Come on.
Cindy said she needed this, so it's awesome.
Yeah, guys,
Learn
we're going to
something.
keep this in our exercise library. Just go back, check this out, dial it in. It's going to be awesome. But this is hopefully a tutorial that helps. But ultimately, if any of these things we show you tutorial-wise, anytime you have pain, you're different. Just it hurts. Raise your hand, say, how does this work for me? We can get you out of it. But this is basically bent over row 101 if you've never done them before. And if you've done them and need a few corrections. But if you're hurt, you're hurt.
Reach out to us if you need any help.
Reach out and touch someone virtually. Just don't put your hands on me because you probably have COVID-19. All right, guys. Hope that helped. Peace.